brand, he was nothing if not intense, competitive, and committed to results. He oversaw the building of the Boeing 777. So Ford Motor Company was about to find out about his commitment to a performance culture. Ford's chief financial officer, Louis Booth, a 31-year Ford veteran, would soon tell reporters, "Alan's style is pretty relentless." Mullally's character, the basis of his leadership brand, shaped the new culture of Ford. He became the driving force behind Ford's eventual remarkable turnaround. His character was defined by both discipline and exuberance. He put in 12-hour workdays that started at 5:15 a.m. His energy and focus quickly became legendary and influenced the entire organization, reshaping the company culture. As his brand influenced the corporate dynamic, Ford came roaring back. It was the only car company to refuse federal bailout money, yet by 2010 it was turning a profit, increasing market share, and posting positive earnings. Mullally reportedly once asked his mother, now 90, "Why am I this way?" She replied, "You've always been this way." Alex Taylor III, who writes for Fortune and covered Mullally for years at Boeing and then Ford Motor Company, said, "He has given me his opinion on all the stories I've written about Ford since he took over, and for good measure the stories I wrote about Boeing back when he worked there. The man demands all my attention. He won't let up until he has turned all my no's and maybes into yeses." How much was Mullally's powerful brand a factor in Ford's dramatic turnaround? Essential. It's undeniable. Many people didn't think there was a leader who could do it. In the hard-bitten automotive world, change has been hard. Long-tenured leaders and managers have been embroiled in turf battles. They have had tribe-like loyalties that have paralyzed business decisions. Could another leader have turned Ford around? Perhaps. But it is clear that Mullally's brand transformed the culture. He leveraged his style and reputation through a commitment to communicate. That reinforced the right values and ignited the behaviors that quickly revived Ford and made it profitable once more. What is the value of a CEO brand? Ask Steve Jobs. Mullally certainly isn't the first and only CEO whose brand has shaped and driven a company to unprecedented heights. Look at the value that Steve Jobs has created at Apple, the company he started in 1976. How do we know his brand has intrinsic value? Look at what happened in January 2011 when Jobs announced that he would be taking a third medical leave of absence. Although U.S. stock markets were closed when the announcement broke, in Frankfurt, Apple's shares immediately plunged by 6.4%. Think you can't measure the value of a leader's brand? It's as tangible as that. We are not all Steve Jobs. We aren't all going to build iconic multi-billion-dollar enterprises. However, we can all take a page out of his book and others. Each of us can have a commensurate impact on the value of our companies. What has made Steve Jobs and Alan Mulally so formidable is the way they have leveraged the power of their brand values. There is more to their company's successes than just good management and leadership practices. I am not suggesting these factors aren't critically important, but there is an additional, sometimes unrecognized factor in a company's success: the leader's brand. A personal brand gives a leader capital he or she can expend to make things happen. Leader brands are made, not born. Neither Mullally nor Jobs was born with a brand. Their brands developed as they became great leaders, and they grew stronger over time. Similarly, as you mature as a leader and discover what you stand for, you build a stronger, more durable, and valuable brand. How does a leader's brand develop? Look at Jobs' story. When he was fired in 1985 from the company he founded, his brand actually took a major hit. When he returned in the late 1990s after a 12-year hiatus, he brought passion and commitment. He used newfound enthusiasm and love for innovation to rescue Apple from financial ruin and make it